Breaking news! I'm live in the field and the Cyclones have hit the land. Here's a word from one of the locals now.
The only thing that can help me is a word from today's sponsor.
Pre-builds can be a good option for some, but the value will always be better when you build it yourself, and that's no secret. If you want to maximize your saving and price for performance, today's video sponsor Jawa.gg is here to help. Jawa is easily one of the best marketplaces to buy and sell used hardware, laptops, and even get awesome custom gaming PCs at some pretty amazing prices. When it comes to components, the PC parts section is always packed full of gems. One of my personal favorite finds from today is RTX 3080 10GB for just $450. And if you're thoroughly against building your own system, they have some super aesthetic and budget pre-build options like this Ryzen 5600 and Arc B580 PC for just $850. To do some deal hunting yourself, be sure to check out Jawa today, and if you end up shopping around, use code TOASTY10 to save 10% off your order up to $10. And don't forget, if you happen to find any super solid deals, leave a comment down below. Big thanks again to Jawa for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
Guys, it's time to unbox the Cyclonia from Amazon.
If you guys enjoyed that intro, by the way, I never talk about it, but we have YouTube memberships, by the way, down below for higher production quality YouTube members. Just kidding. But what we have right here again is a pre-built from Amazon, $497. What really caught my eye is the design of this thing. The side panel, RGB. The specs aren't that horrible either for $497. We have a Ryzen 7 2700, which is something I normally don't see in a pre-built like this. It has the normal RX 580, which I'm a little upset about, but you know what? Price point makes sense. 16 gigs of DDR4 memory. It also has a 512 gig SSD, and it was free shipped, and it looks like it comes with a bunch of other fun stuff.
Yeah, so supposedly it comes with a gaming keyboard, headset, mouse, which we already have the headset and the mouse out.
Here's the Wi-Fi dongles.
Yeah, ooh, it looks like it's gonna be built into the board, which is pretty cool. I'm really curious what board this is gonna have in it.
Okay, what is
it
this?
One of these? Oh, is it branded?
What is this?
I mean, it's not the worst thing I've seen. Okay. It's better than when it's like literally just an advertisement.
And it's in French.
My fingers smell weird.
Oui, oui.
We also have an RGB remote, and then we just have like extra stuff like SATA cables. There's more. Is that more Wi-Fi antennas?
More Wi-Fi?
Can we get extra? Oh, here it is. Yeah, look, we got 2 more Wi-Fi antennas, but these ones is longer.
I was gonna say, I'm like, are they probably thinking like, where are we losing money somehow? Oh yeah, we're giving out extra Wi-Fi antennas. But hey, for the price, this one kind of stands out as being a decent deal. I mean, obviously 580, they don't disclose if it's a 2048. We already know what's gonna happen here. It is a 2048.
Oh yeah, it has to be. There's a keyboard. Oh, look at that packaging. It's like built into
this. This is kind of cool. All right, so here we go, here's the keyboard.
Which, have we ever seen a PC from this company?
No, so Hajaan.
Look. Full anti-ghosting and the Ghostbusters logo on there. Are they allowed to use that?
I don't think they are.
We also have Star Wars in the background. You see this?
Oh my God.
Some of these peripherals. I kind of want to know what we're working with here. Wait.
They're mechanical? I mean, they're clicky, but
I've been begging for this for years.
We've never seen this.
A pre-built company actually sent peripherals that might be worth keeping.
That's crazy. What?
Wow.
Shout out Hajaan for this. I mean, I did not expect, again, it is blue switches, not crazy, but it's actually mechanical. Like, why haven't all companies done this?
Wow, it's a box. Who makes this? It's ZDZ, which I've never heard of. But I mean, hey, it's a really cheap keyboard. It literally looks like one of the membrane ones. But this is like every company. I buy CyberPower, the bigger ones. Quit including membrane keyboards. Nobody wants them. If you're gonna do it.
And look at this mouse. Does it look any worse than like a Red Dragon mouse? We'll definitely game on this stuff though. Like we'll do the gaming test with these peripherals because they look really solid. Headset, maybe it's the upgrade we've been looking for.
Yeah, maybe this is the one time. Normally we always say, I wish they just didn't include the peripherals and put more money into the PC, but if the PC and the peripherals are good on them. Oh, it has a macro that I'm not used to seeing. It actually, it's
just one of like the DPI buttons maybe.
I think the DPI is on top.
So like the snipe mode.
Oh yeah, where it slows the DPI. Yeah.
Do people actually use that? If you use that, let us know.
You're weird if you use that.
And it gives you the color coding for which DPI mode is set to. So like yellow is 1200, blue is 16, purple 24, green 3200, red 4800, and cyan is 7200.
I gotta say,
the base 1600.
The base is 1200.
I gotta say, I like this way more than like those robot. Oh my God, I can't stand when they include those. They're horrible. So the only thing so far that we kind of don't love is the mouse pad, but hey, you know what I do like about it, Matt? It's not RGB.
Yeah.
I can't stand the little tiny RGB mouse pads they include.
We'll go over this here in a second. The front picture is interesting, but we'll look at this first.
Hold up. Feel this. It's kind of valid.
Wait a minute. That was in my eye.
How's it feel?
Kind of valid.
Kind of
You're
valid?
gonna put these on your head.
The top's gonna hurt, but you know what? That's not too bad. It's kind of noise canceling too.
Peripherals are looking good.
Yeah.
Do you see something wrong with this user manual, by the way?
As an RTX card that's not plugged in, it looks very AI generated the more I look at it.
So, you know, not great. But the inside here, it looks like we have our quick start guide. One thing I noticed in a comment on our Costco video, by the way, is a lot of people say, well, we buy these pre-built PCs and we mainly just focus on the specs. We don't really focus too much on the pre-built experience or the people we're buying from. So we got to go over some of the stuff they give you as like average consumers. So you do get guides that teach you how to do Windows updates. That's cool. Shows you where to connect the display properly. How to recover Windows 11 if you have any issues. I guess this is for a bunch of different other troubleshooting stuff and their customer support number.
Okay, that's actually, I mean, that's a nice layout. I like how small it is, so it's not super intimidating either.
It's time to see the computer, because the computer is really the star of this show. Make sure it doesn't fall out. I want to see if this side panel actually lights up, because that's what we're really here
Oh,
for.
so you think the side panel is actually going to glow?
Look, have you seen the picture? Like, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
All right, so of all the normal case design, it is incredibly basic. It reminds me of something from like Game Max. Oh, why does it smell it? What is that? What is that?
I think it might be the expanding stuff. I feel like we've smelled that before.
Buh.
See a fan in the power supply. You see that?
Oh yeah, you can actually see it. Well, that power supply is really basic.
I see how this RGB now. So be very careful with that.
Yep, okay. So, can we verify is this?
It's got to be acrylic. It's definitely acrylic.
Yeah, it is acrylic.
Yeah, it's acrylic.
So that's one downside with having the quote unquote cool.
What in the? That is one chunky ass card.
I need to know if anyone has commented on this PC and said it stinks when you open it.
450 MAC.
Ooh,
So we have a decent motherboard.
it actually looks like a okay cooler too, which is kind of nice. So micro ETX board, full size case. One little bit negative. Okay.
They do have like almost like a Lee and Lee style fans with like the edges. This one they didn't pull the peel off. I'll do that for them. You're welcome.
Peel off.
It's an ASRock B450.
None of what I named.
A name brand. Normally we do not see name brand boards, which is nice. The RAM single channel, which isn't great.
Yeah, the RAM single channel is that. Oh, it's their brand apparently. That looks just like what is it, like HyperX or
It
Kingston
does.
or
Like
something.
rebranded HyperX.
They have their own M.2, which is probably also a rebrand. This I don't even have to really. Oh, it's a 51 RISC.
Oh,
which
50. Oh God.
this is the card that we really liked these at first, but eventually we got to a point where we're like, we almost can't even resell these at our PC selling business because they always break.
Yeah, that sucks. They're like the AliExpress special, so hopefully the customer support and everything, you'll be fine. It is a 580-2048. I'm looking right at the sticker. It does still say 588 gig on it, but I'm 99% sure it is a 580-2048. We'll verify when we get into Windows, though.
The power supply, this looks familiar. What is
I
this?
think that's game power. Oh,
It
yeah,
is
it's
really
scratched
scratched
out.
out. I wonder if that's from, I think it's from this, possibly. Like when this is in there.
Oh, that, yeah.
It's a 650 watt, it's 80 plus. I'm assuming that's bronze. It looks
It says
bronze.
on it.
Yeah, it's bronze.
Oh,
on the
does it?
Yeah.
They say it's AC4. Oh, it's a Game Max.
Game Max.
Game Max. Okay, so kind of. I mean, it's kind of like a Gomdius or one of those, you know. So probably definitely considered like a D or throwaway tier power supply, but we're no strangers to it.
Let's look at the cable management, then we can turn this bad boy on.
I mean, they ran everything pretty well, actually.
Is that tempered
I think
glass?
this is glass. Yeah,
That's definitely glass.
so dumb.
Glass up here, acrylic here. Is it though?
Are you still debating?
Feel it, like try to bend it.
It is. It is similar. You know what?
I think
That's
it is.
glass.
That's glass.
That's glass.
Okay, so take it
All
back.
right,
That's
we take
glass.
back everything.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard Jonah like knocking on it, I'm like, yep.
Yeah, that's glass. I was like, I don't remember feeling acrylic that's that thick. I mean, it is. Is it like 2 layered, I guess, or is it?
It's something.
It's something. I'm assuming all this is that little piece at the bottom is shining an LED up through it.
They did decent over here. They kind of feel like.
Whoa, what
I feel like they
happened
did something
here?
a little different there, but
That zip tie's fighting for its life.
I know it's like help. Okay. I'm trying to see if I see anything weird back here. It's all pretty basic, honestly. I don't see anything scary, so that's good.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take off this. I feel like we have to get the full experience here.
Right. We need to take it in the Cyclone.
Okay.
Breaking news: tornadoes are here.
All right.
Ready?
I expect greatness.
Oh.
That is so bad.
Wait, we gotta turn off the
All right, I will turn the light off, but that is.
It doesn't shine through as good as you would think it would.
Okay, I can kind of see
Oh yeah,
it.
now I see it.
I feel like, the product imaging was definitely crank up that vibrancy, It's kind of cool.
This is just so weird.
It's just kind of a weird build in itself. The choices of parts, I give them a lot of credit for the Ryzen 7 2700. That's a really good option compared to a Xeon or random i7.
Quad
Ryzen,
core.
really cool. Single channel memory, not great. 580, case, kind of crazy, but I guess we'll just load into Windows, see if there's any major issues there, get to benchmarking. We all know what the 580 is gonna do. Will the 2700 help it out in esports titles? We'll find out. It is still an aging Ryzen CPU though, so we get to benchmarking with our peripherals and see how the experience goes.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we are now testing this Amazon PC in good old Fortnite. Currently running DX12, far view distance, low textures. I'll confirm settings with you guys once I land. And as you can hear by the glorious sound of blue switches, we are using the peripherals minus the headset that came with this PC. Can't use the headset because it's USB only, and how our capture card works is it captures audio through the audio out on a monitor, which is only auxiliary. So we could not use the headset in this scenario, but I think testing the keyboard and mouse is probably the most important part, because realistically, if the headphones suck, you could just use whatever old headphones you want to get this up and running. But I will say, I don't miss blue switch keyboards. I mean, I knew there was an era that blue switches were the best thing for gamers, but I definitely don't miss it. They're definitely heavy, but it is still a welcome sight compared to the rest of the, oh my God, it is so high, compared to the rest of the market that will ship you a horrible, practically e-waste membrane keyboard that nobody wants to use. And it just does make the gaming experience out of the box a little bit better, which I don't see why they haven't done this to begin with. It's honestly so much more affordable nowadays than it's ever been to get a keyboard like this. But in terms of the FPS, let's get to the FPS here. On performance settings, we're getting, well, first stutter there, about 100 FPS, about 80 on the low, about 90 to 100 on average. We will be doing some testing at the end with dual channel memory. In this situation running DX12, as you can see, I believe the 580 is our bottleneck, but there is a good chance also we are losing performance from that single channel memory. Ultimate Steve, what are you doing, buddy? Because of that, we will test with the dual channel memory as well. One thing I didn't know is MSI Afterburner has the ability to show you how much RAM the application you are currently running is using compared to the total system memory. So as you see right here, on the left, we're using a total system memory of 11 gigs of RAM, but on the right, we're using about 6 from Fortnite. So just some good perspective to know exactly what's being used. I will say the mouse, the DPI settings are kind of wild. Like, it feels pretty good here, and then because it's running, what is it, 1200 DPI, which is much higher than I normally run, it feels a little awkward. I heard Godzilla. Ah! Oh, I see Godzilla. Let's go up here and use the zip. There's the Anonymous. Sorry, Anonymous. I think this is more than playable. I mean, for the price point, whoa. We've seen some PCs on Amazon that are practically unusable, that do some pretty questionable things. This is a playable experience for an Amazon PC. Is it the highest FPS? No. Can you build something better yourself? 100%. But if we're talking just pure value compared to the rest of the market, even though it has some shady things, power supply, single channel memory, I really cannot just ignore the fact that this company is doing something a little bit different and including a Ryzen 7 CPU with a B450 motherboard that is upgradable to where you can slap in another GPU if you want to with a newer gen CPU. Hello? Pull up on me, what are you doing? Oh! No! Oh my God, what was I doing? I was choking so hard, bro. I don't know what that was. That was really bad. I was trying to shotgun from across the map and that guy got me. But hey, all in all, is it the most amazing Fortnite experience running DX12? No, not necessarily. But when we're talking about this price point of pre-built, where it's really hard to get value at this price point, $500 or less, it's doing fine. It's actually quite acceptable. Let's try a more demanding game that's really gonna show you the limitations of the 580-2048, which we've tested so many times. But with the CPU, I think the CPU does carry it a bit in allowing it to get a little bit better FPS. Let's play another game and show you what it can do.
All right, guys, we are playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Warzone. We're currently set to the basic preset, and we are using some FSR 1 set to balanced. We got the view set to max FOV, and this is just 1080p. If we end up dying, which we definitely will, I'll try to run, try to go without FSR and see what that looks like.
Yeah, it's definitely, this is one of those games where the 580 is going to be the bottleneck. You can easily upgrade. I'd say max, we talked about it during the Fortnite benchmarks. I think a 3060, something like that, would work fine with the 2700 and everything. But do know you are limited Gen 3 when you have the 2700.
I still have the big complaint of the fact that, you know, this should not be marketed as like a 580 for sure.
No, that's always the problem. This is not a true 580. So you got to cook these guys?
Get cooked. Oh my God.
Melee.
Oh my
yeah!
god. No, he
No! He rezzed!
Oh. There he goes. 381. Oh my god.
No shot.
He's
I
a
was gonna
demon.
say.
He's a demon.
What is happening?
Where am I?
Oh,
dude, imagine I switch up to the sniper, hit a headshot. Oh my god.
Oh, this guy's
Killfeed is
just
insane.
watching this battle.
These guys are so weird for this. All right, we're gonna try running no FSR now. We're gonna see what if that. I just want to know if that looks visually different, if it runs any different. It's
No
blurry
difference.
Here. Hold up. Hold up.
Check with the render scale set to also. It might
Oh yeah,
still not be.
This has to be like.
Yeah, this is not 100% render scale. And now we're at true 1080p. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not very playable now.
Oh yeah.
I'll still get a kill. Yeah, so FSR, well, I guess it's not even necessarily FSR, it's just lower render scale. Basically running the game at not 1080p.
Yep.
It's definitely the move.
Run that lower render scale. And also, FSR is more usable on this PC because the CPU is better compared to other ones where it'd be running like a 6th Gen i5 or some other garbage.
Where am I? Okay, it's on the frequency.
It's kind of nauseating how...
Yeah, when it's not getting smooth up the...
Oh,
Oh,
this might be it for you, buddy. Oh, and guess who?
That
It's
is it.
Camthrax.
that was it for me. Well, that was Call of Duty Warzone.
What's
Yeah,
that shot?
that was Call of Duty Warzone. I wouldn't really try to get this PC to play that, but I know a lot of you guys will. I normally tell people spend at least $700 to play Warzone comfortably, and this build being well under that is it's not great for it.
Yeah, under $500. It's kind of what we expected to be. I will run those built-in benchmarks at the end. We'll also try single versus dual channel, just so you guys see if it's worth upgrading the RAM when you get it, if you do buy this thing. But all in all, props to them for using a different CPU. Ryzen 7, awesome to see. Let's run those other benchmarks.
All right, guys, we're finally done with this inclement weather. The Cyclone has been reviewed, and we didn't really have any major issues with it besides the slight branding error of calling it a normal 580 when it is a 2488.
And Wukong, an example of another game I would not run on this graphics card. Low settings with FSR, we actually got an average of 57 FPS, a max of 71, a min of 32. You gotta be really desperate to play at these settings, but it is technically launchable. You got that going for you. And now we're gonna compare benchmarks with singles channel versus dual channel. CS2 1080p low settings with single channel, we got an average of 131. It was very stuttery though, a lot of lockups. Compared to dual channel, we got an average of 177 and it was really smooth. So big uplift there. We also reran Fortnite again, as you guys saw during the benchmark rotation. It was about 80 to 90 FPS, but with the dual channel memory, about 120 FPS. And lastly, that 3D Mark score with the single channel was 4,077, and the 3D Mark score with the dual channel was actually lower, 4,052, which I just marked that up for margin of error. It's just a few points off, so realistically, it didn't make a major difference there. And in all, it's a 12 cent per point score. So I really give this company credit for going with the Ryzen 7 2700. Single channel memory can kind of be overlooked at this price point. It's not great, but it gets the job done. And all in all, for an Amazon PC, this is one that actually is pretty solid. So if you guys want to buy this PC yourself, check the link description down below. It's affiliate, it will help us out. Let us know what you think of this PC down below, and then we finally find a good Amazon PC.
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
This PC right here will be for sale, PCBros.tech, for a pretty good price.
PCBros.tech. We sell the stuff we feature here on the YouTube channel along with a bunch of other gaming PCs, and you guys know we have a store in person that you can come in, buy merch, buy PCs, and so much more. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You'll save 3% of your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.